Kingdom Hearts 3 is a piece of garbage and you shouldn't buy it.
From the title, I'm pretty sure you can guess what it's about. Um, this video is going to be segmented pretty much by a couple of different sections. One's the intro, which is what I'm doing here now, and then it's going to be the good, the bad, and the ugly. So, I am Hyper Hater, and my experience with Kingdom Hearts it's pretty normal. I wouldn't say that I'm not a super ultra mega fan. I would say I am a fan of the series. I bought the game way back when it the first one came out, and I loved it. Bought the second one when that came out. Loved it even more. Been keeping up with the series. It branched off into like Nintendo handhelds and such, and I didn't follow, other than Chain of Memories. I didn't play any of those, but I definitely kept up with the story. And even before Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, I spent hours, and not like one or two, maybe somewhere around like 5 to 8 hours, listening and watching and reading different things about where we are with the story and who are the main people to look out for, this, that, and the other, and where are these people located, and blah 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 blah. So I am very much aware of what Kingdom Hearts is and what it should be, and I am okay with the story. I was okay with what was going on so far, as in it's a bit convoluted. Definitely, it's a dumb decision to make canon series of games for your series be completely separated by like you take a Sony product or something you put out on a Sony product, and then you put canon spin-off series on a different platform altogether. Not only is it Nintendo, but most of them are Nintendo handheld games. And with those Nintendo handheld games, you never got anything on Microsoft platform. You never got anything back on the Sony platforms, if I'm not mistaken, until you get to the re-releases, etc. But I am a fan of the series, and I want the series to do well. And I've been waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3 for quite a while. I think it's been 13 years since Kingdom Hearts 2 was released, and 6 years since it's been announced, since it was announced at an E3. So yeah, it's been quite a while that these people have had the time to work out what the game was going to be or how it's going to play out. So there is no, I would like to say that the expectations aren't very high. They weren't high. They weren't so high that they would be astronomical. Because Kingdom Hearts has its limitations. It has the same limitations that any video game has. Time and money. But they have time. They had the time. Like, after Kingdom Hearts 2 was made, they made a whole bunch of other games. And at some point, they had to realize that these games were going to have to culminate into something, or you were going to have to get to this point eventually, and you're going to have to go past this point possibly. So you have the time. More than a decade worth of time just thinking out how the things will work and how the mechanics will work. And then even if you didn't have to the 10 years, you definitely at least had 5 to 6 years, because that's when it was announced. So, with this being done, let's move on into the good. Kingdom Hearts 3 looks good. It really, really does. The animation quality is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Characters look great. The worlds look great. It's nothing to sneeze at. Like, it definitely is a very pretty game, and in no way, shape, form, fashion, denomination, notation would I ever claim that Kingdom Hearts 3 doesn't look good. It does. Especially the Pirates of the Caribbean cutscenes and sequences, they look great. The town, hit and miss in some areas. It definitely falls short on the when there's a bunch of Heartless. It's like 2 or 3 sections where there's like a ginormous amount of Heartless. That is god awful. If you take a look into the background, it looks worse than like the background characters in like some fighting games. You know, like they have like stands, crowds in the background, and they're kind of just like 2 animation fake people, and it does look bad in those instances. But outside of those like couple of instances, it looks great. As far as story, the storyline of the game moves forward. It definitely moves forward. You get some explanation into things. You get like there are some things you have to just kind of know and pick up on if you haven't been paying attention. If you haven't spent like you haven't spent time understanding and researching why these characters are who they are and where they come from, etc., etc. And upon the initial playing, like the opening to the game, really good. Like the getting into Olympus and learning how to wall run, or that you can wall run, and the first time you get to do an attraction and all that stuff, it's great. The opening of it is really good. Bringing back Hercules and Olympus and the Titans, like that's all very good as far as like a good opening story for this game. It's great. Except for that Wind Titan. The Wind Titan is absolutely god awful, but we'll get more into that later on. So the other thing is voice acting's good. Didn't have any problems with that. The traversal is pretty good. I have no problems with the gummy ships. I can have fun with that. Like finding like ships that are already pre-made is really good. So I do feel like that, like the dealing with making your own gummy ship is a little bit weird and convoluted, but that's whatever. The gummy ships around this time are pretty good. I don't have any problems with that. I think that they were pretty. I think the whole thing was fun. And then just like your general moving around through the world, seeing the worlds, like they're much larger. And they actually kind of seem more so like worlds that basically you don't have the loading screen for. It's like I remember back in Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, there were some places like you'd be in the same place, but if you were like go down some steps or go to a certain area, you had to load that area, and then you'd have a pretty good, chunk of stuff that you could play, and then you have to, if you went back to the other area, you'd have to reload the previous area, which is fine. Hardware limitations back then have aren't the same as hardware limitations of now. So you get to go through a lot of levels, load screen free until you're pretty much done, or there's a cutscene or something. The other the other thing that's really good about Kingdom Hearts 3 is the music. Music is pretty much spot on what it needs to be, where it needs to be. The other part that's good about Kingdom Hearts 3 is music. Everything sounded great. Well, for the most part, everything sounded great. Game-wise, I have some more stuff to talk about concerning music a little bit later on. But the music pretty much was spot on. Everything you needed to be there. So whoever does their piano work is doing a very great job. There's only one thing that I noticed. It's a little bit much farther into the game, and there is a Simple and Clean remix that for whatever reason just seems to kind of go off kilter. I'm not exactly sure how that happened, but it kind of just stops being in time or something. But yeah, music was great.
All right, and this is going to start the bad. Now we're on to the bad. So, with the bad and the ugly being the majority of this video, and I can see that we're pretty a good way into it, I will try to time code it so you can go to from the good, the bad, and the ugly. So, this game is way too short. Much too short. And we definitely needed more worlds. Like, seriously. There are so many things they could have pulled from, and definitely they could have even pulled in older worlds that we have been to and used. We could have went through storylines from them. There are apparently for most of these worlds you just kind of follow the movie, which is fine. Don't get me wrong, that's fine. But why not a original story, a second playthrough? I mean, it's not like those characters were really doing anything. It's not like you're really doing anything outside of what you're already doing. Because another point that's pretty dumb is there really isn't an actual story for the most part until the end of the game. You really just dick around as Sora until you're strong enough, because apparently if you fail your test to become a Keyblade Master, you lose all your power. Or maybe just Sora loses all his power, because that happened with Terra. He didn't pass his Mark of Mastery test, and I don't believe he lost any of his fucking powers. So, now granted, I'm fine with not being as strong. That's fine. That's whatever. I'm fine with having your game where you start at level 1 or don't have all your super incredible, powers. I've played multiple Metroid games where that's the case. That's fine. That's not even a big issue. However, getting that power back fucking sucks. I mean, it's great when you get block or learn to glide and stuff like that. But what I mean is, the fighting sucks. I've played Kingdom Hearts 1 and I've played Kingdom Hearts 2, which is, this game should be better than those games. And it's not. Dreadfully worse in that regard. And I'm pretty sure you've probably heard mention of the combat being quote unquote floaty. And the simple and clean truth of it is, yeah, it's floaty and terrible. But the thing is, it's one thing to be floaty. It's another thing to have some enemies have invincibility frames and come in, and the way the camera is situated, enemies can just fly off the screen and slap the shit out of you, and you wouldn't know that it was even coming. That's not fun. You should, at this point, Sora should be in a state where he can perceive dangers coming in for him. I think King, near the end of the game, we see King Mickey, like he was fighting multiple people and he was dodging attacks that he wouldn't be able to see, which Sora should be able to do at some point in the game. Maybe not the very beginning. I can understand that, but at some point in the game, you should have like an active dodge thing happen. Like, oh, this enemy's about to attack you. Here's a dodge function, like, because you wouldn't be able to see it because it's fucking off screen and you're surrounded by like 20 to 30 enemies at a time. Now, granted, it could be said that, hey, it's probably another thing. Well, it's real fucking easy to get these attractions. Just use those and clear everything off of the screen. But that makes the game super easy, like incredibly easy. And you literally can just press A and you would eventually find something to hit and probably kill it. Like, this game was incredibly easy. There's no difficulty curve. It's kind of like a difficulty spike. With that difficulty spike, that doesn't come until the very end of the game. It's like you play through a bunch of bullshit until you get to the end of the game, and that's where the game actually starts. And then you've lost. I fell asleep on this game multiple times. I fell asleep during a boss fight. I'll repeat it. I fell asleep on the game during a boss fight because I was fucking bored. That's how you know the game. That's how you've lost. You've lost. I fell asleep on the boss fight. And it was the one with Barbossa. Yeah, it was the one with Barbossa. And it's fucking ridiculous because I actually like the Pirates of the Caribbean world. I like that. I liked selling the ship. I liked that you could level the ship up. I found a fuck ton of crabs, although having to find the crabs initially was bullshit. But I think I got my ship up to level 8 or something, and I stopped caring because I saw that, I'm not learning any more abilities. The ship itself is just getting marginally stronger, which is fine, but it's also like, okay, I'm gonna not care anymore. So along with like the horrible fighting, the AI for your bosses are terrible. They don't know how to code enemies for shit. They really don't. I don't know what the fuck Osaka team was thinking. They don't know how to code enemies for shit. Like the small Heartless, they're fine. They're kind of fodder, which is like they're supposed to be. That's whatever. But the random Heartless boss that you fight. By the way, you don't fight any of the world's antagonists. You don't fight any of them. Like, you fight Titans from Hades, but you never fight Hades himself, and he doesn't even bring Cerberus to fight. Like, he's taking over Olympus, and I know Cerberus would guards hell, but that seems like that would be better than that fucking piece of shit tornado monster. Speaking of that tornado monster, and coding for AI, that was garbage. Like, absolute garbage. First of all, he's a wind monster, and not only doesn't make any sense that you could just swing your Keyblade and hit a wind monster in its wind face, or tornado monster in his tornado face, and then Hercules later on, which that's how the movie ends, so I can't fault him for using it. I can still say it's fucking stupid. For grabbing him and then like grabbing a tornado and then using the tornado to suck in the other Titans. I'm not exactly sure how that works because I'm not sure how they would fit inside of that tornado. And then if they did, I'm not sure why the tornado wouldn't stop. But regardless of that, the combat sucks and the AI for the monster suck. This game is not very strategic at all. There's times where in the previous games where you could dodge or you could parry and stuff like that. And while you can dodge and parry, you have like attacks that counter attacks. The game's not intuitive enough and the enemy AI isn't coded in the proper way, so you can block an enemy. And this goes for some of the ending fights where you block them, and then you just have to block until they stop attacking. Like, you don't block and then auto block their attacks. No, you have to continue blocking their attacks until they stop attacking you, and then you can attack them if you can fucking find them, because a lot of the enemies kind of just float up around you or teleport back and forth closer or farther away, sometimes up above you, and so you literally have to find and look for them, and then you may have to get ready for another blocking spree before you can attack them again. Granted, when you attack them, they kind of just let you, but when they're not attacking you, they either have some sort of invincibility up, or if they don't have their invincibility up, they're doing an attack that you have to block because you can't interrupt them from attacking, although they can interrupt you from attacking, and your Keyblade masters, and they're not, but they can attack you better than you can attack them. So, AI shit, the fighting mechanics are shit. It's nice that they gave you link summonings. It's nice that they gave you attractions. They don't really fucking explain why they're there, but pretty much everything that you have in your arsenal kind of just destroys everything on the screen. The only thing that I have a slight issue with concerning that stuff, well, it's not the only issue, because the whole thing's an issue, but focus doesn't make any fucking sense. Because your focus attacks, you can lock on to multiple enemies or just one enemy and unleash a bunch of attacks, blah, 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 but you have to use your focus bar to do it. But your focus bar doesn't doesn't automatically get repleted. Not repleted. It doesn't automatically come back after a fight. You either have to use a potion for it or have to find a save point and it gets refilled then. But it doesn't happen automatically. And the only way that I can rationalize this is they didn't want you to just use that over and over and over again to clear out enemies from the screen. But you can spam magic and then get a super magic attack that clears out pretty much the entire screen for relatively cheap. And then and then your mana bar replenishes itself. And then you can use links, and pretty much, I mean, if you play them right, the links can decimate mobs and such, like, no problem for the cost of your mana bar, but your mana bar replenishes itself over time by itself. And it probably doesn't matter, because if you killed the mob, you probably don't even need to use it. Speaking of which, I barely use potions and stuff like that throughout the entire game. Like, I never used a mana potion, an ether, or anything throughout the entire game. I did use a potion every so often, but that was because I accidentally cured myself, and then cure wasn't available when I needed it. So I cured myself at full health, and then I didn't actually need it. So my mana bar was recharging, and I just dealt with it. I can use items. I used a potion. I bought, like, in expectation of needing them, I bought like 22 potions from a store. Never used them. You get Cure, and then eventually you get Cura, and then Curagra, and then it's like, well, just get really low on health. If you need to heal, you heal, and then let your mana bar refill. It'll refill, and if you need to heal, you can just heal again when it refills. But back to what I was talking about concerning links and whatnot, like, that stuff kills everything, and then you have to pretty much beg and plead for your focus bar, because that's super big attacks when you get all these other things that damage, like you get the attractions that clear enemies. You get your magic that clears enemies. You get your links that clears enemies. Donald and Goofy have stuff that you can do with their combo attack, their team attacks that clears enemies. But you want to use that focus bar? You want to use that King of Hearts ability? Tough luck there, son. You can only do that like twice before you have to refill that bar. Fuck you. Yeah, because that makes a lot of sense. The other thing is, there's not a lot of Keyblades in this game. When they was initially showing it off, they were showing like, oh yeah, look at the Keyblades. The Keyblades, they'll transform, and you can do extra stuff with them. Or, here's your yo-yos, blah, 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 blah. And yeah, that concept is really fucking cool. And I'm absolutely, that was a great decision. Problem is, there's not enough of them. And when I say there's not enough of them, I mean there literally isn't enough variety for the Keyblades that you get. There's like 3 or 4 that are pretty much the same thing, except for they changed the element or just changed what it looks like. As in the one you get from Frozen is similar to another one. I forget where you get that one from. And the one that turns into the one that you shoot with, you can also get essentially the same Keyblade if you do the Winnie the Pooh one. It just turns like from light energy or whatever that you're shooting to honey. You shoot honey at the enemy, and then the giant gun, instead of shooting like a giant ball of energy, it shoots out a giant honeybee. Which, granted, the honeybee looks more cooler to me, but they basically made for the Keyblades the same. So that's kind of shitty and terrible. Also, the Kingdom Key and some of the other special keys that you get that kind of don't fucking do anything. Like, there's no point in using the Kingdom Key. Side note, I'm really glad that they put whatever Keyblade that you're using in the cutscenes. That's really cool. Instead of like, I like that they pay attention to detail in that regard. That is another thing that's good about Kingdom Hearts. They put your Keyblade in the cutscene. But when you go to your second form, quote unquote, with the Kingdom Key, and you get some of the attacks that you use back in like Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, or maybe it was just 2. There's like 3 or 4 different Keyblades that give you like second form S or something like that, and you do some of those attacks. But here's the thing that's shitty about that. They don't go past second form. And I say this for a reason that'll become apparent in just a second here. So they don't go past second form. So what do? Well, you get this. You can either let it run out and you go back to your first form, or you can use this attack that's like Stun Lock or Stun Breaker or whatever the fuck it's called. And it's just like a not very far energy release attack that's around Sora. That's maybe stuns enemy, but I don't think I've ever seen an enemy actually get stunned from it. They either die or they take the hit and I still have to fight them. So like, what is the fucking point of using the Kingdom Key other than just to be using the Kingdom Key? Granted, you can power it up to be kind of strong, but another issue with this game is that your stats kind of fucking mean nothing. There's a option to not get any experience, and I'm pretty sure you can beat the game start to finish like that, and it's not even hard. Like, I'm pretty sure that it's literally not hard. Now, granted, you may miss out on some abilities like glide, this, that, and the other, but I also think those are some things that you just get. I think you get those things regardless of your level. And then there's stuff that you can find that artificially increases your AP, which is what you use to equip skills. Like, I think I've gotten more than 2 items that increase it by like 20, and then I think I got an item that increased it by 40, and that's much more than what you would need, because some of the fucking stuff on your skill list doesn't actually fucking work the way it does. the way it's supposed to, like the flow motion movement, not the one that you do with the shot lock. That's whatever. That's fine. That works majority of the time. I'm talking about the jumping off of walls, or oh yeah, you can spin around this light pole and then you could spin to another light pole or something that's pole-like. Yes, Sora becomes a stripper in this game. That doesn't work the way that they think it should, or the way I think it should. You should be able to kind of like go back and forth between stuff, but once you try, you can do it like once, and then after that, it kind of just stops. It doesn't really go anywhere from there. Like you can jump, but you can't get back to the pole and spin around. So it's kind of fucking pointless as to why you would ever use that at all. So, another issue here concerning Keyblades is Riku's Keyblade. So, at some point in the game, Riku breaks the tip of his Keyblade, or the darkness breaks the tip of his Keyblade. Wait, hold on. I forgot about that. So, in multiple times during this game, you have to fight like this swirling, heartless swarm. This goes back to that whole AI shit thing. Yeah, they don't fucking know how to code an enemy for fucking shit. Because there is no way that you could expect people to have fun trying to fight a floating, swirling torment of Heartless, and there's only one point where you can damage it. There's only one point where you can damage it, and it's flittering and floating in different directions, and it's hard to read or understand what the fuck it's actually doing. But multiple times in the game, you have to fucking fight this thing. And it's god awful and it's terrible. And there are just other enemies that float and fly everywhere. And it's like, hey, I'm doing this combo on you. And then, okay, my combo has ended. And so you now are like falling or something. And you get on ground. And then it's just super high in the air, or slightly far away from you. And then you have to fucking either shot lock to it, which there were some enemies that you couldn't shock lock to for whatever reason, or you just have to fucking jump and press the A button, and eventually you work your way over there to it. And that's not free flowing fun gameplay. That's like a fucking chore. Anywho, so Riku's Keyblade, the tip of it gets broken, and he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna leave it here. That doesn't make any fucking sense, because what I would expect is, oh, hey, we're down here in the fucking world of the darkness where Aqua is, that we're looking for, and we can't fucking find her for some god awful reason. So I'm gonna leave this Keyblade here, and I was thinking maybe Terra for some reason would probably find it. And then that evolved to, oh, okay, Aqua, that makes more sense. Yeah, Aqua will find his Keyblade, maybe restore it or something, or use it to defend herself, because she gets in a fight down there and tries to fight unarmed and fails miserably, even though it would have been kind of cool if she didn't fail fucking miserably, but she does. And but Riku's Keyblade gets broken. Axel's Keyblade gets broken later on in the game, and he just reforms it. It literally gets shattered, and he just like has it again. It's no problem. Not for him. It's cool. Riku, on the other hand, he has to get rid of it. So then he gets a new Keyblade. This unarmed piece of garbage. It doesn't look dynamic at all. It literally looks like a fucking blank key with a bunch of circles pressed into it. And it doesn't look imposing. It looks like if you gave me that Keyblade, I would throw it into the Keyblade graveyard. Like, I wouldn't want it. Like, hey, this is like the most powerful item in the game. Cool, I won't use it. If that was the ultimate key, I wouldn't use the ultimate key because it looks fucking bland and it looks bland and stupid. It doesn't have a name. It doesn't really speak to his personality or anything like that, unless his new personality is fucking bland. Which I guess, hey, that's technically it because the few times you do actually get to play with a character other than Sora, it's for these really short sequences that are kind of bland and really kind of fucking pointless. And that brings me to another point here. For these people to be Keyblade masters and for Sora to not be, and not only is he not a Keyblade master, he lost his powers. Riku, he's apparently has more skills and abilities and more stuff that he can do than Riku and Aqua combined. Yeah, Aqua has like this pretty cool like shield like ability that looks pretty neat. But yeah, that's pretty much the only special thing that she can do because, I mean, her magic the magic that you got to play with was fucking shitty. It's kind of whatever, but at the same time, it's like the gameplay is pretty much the same. Whatever you block when you can, and you just have to block for a good little bit. Then you hit the enemy, and then they kind of until they fucking decide that they can't be hit again, and rinse and repeat. There's no real strategy or events where you have to like time button presses or something like that. Like this game has been so fucking long in the making. It doesn't make any fucking sense why they're like. I'm fine with cinematic quick time events, especially in fighting. We had this in fucking base Kingdom Hearts 2. Do you understand what I'm saying? Base Kingdom Hearts 2 had good shit in it. This is fucking trash. It's been how fucking many years? And even still now, nothing. You get to the fucking end of the game, and you're having multiple fights. You're having multiple fights with companions, other Keyblade masters, people that you've worked with, and fought the darkness. Oh, all the darkness for what I'm pretty sure years at this point, years. And when you go and fight Riku with Replica Riku and Xigbar / Lucio, if I'm not mistaken, that's who he was with. Yeah, not one time did any prompts to team up with Riku show up. Not one time when we were fighting Xemnas and Xehanort. Not one time did it say, hey, team up with Riku. No, they kind of just fucking fuck about and flail around, and you have to kill all the enemies. So what was the fucking point? I need this, like, just send Sora out there. Send Sora out there with his like damn near never ending determination, and he'll just kill everybody because all you have to do is walk up to him and press A for a little while. When they was like, hey, I don't want you pressing A, I'm going to attack you now. You press B for a little while, and then you press A for a little while. Well, not A, but not well A, yes, but not B. What the fuck is the thing? X? Yeah, you press X for a little while, and then you press A for a little while, and then you press X for a little while, and then you press A for a little while, and then you press X for a little while, and then you win. Kingdom Hearts 3, the easiest fucking game in the series, because Chain of fucking Memories was tougher. Because that at least had a deck management issue that you had to deal with. This, just go out there, press A for a little while, press X for a little while. Hey, you pressed A lot, you should probably press X. Mm-hmm. Oh, they hit you. Eventually, you get to recover, which is great. So they can hit you again because you didn't press X fast enough, which is whatever. But multiple times throughout this game, it's like, yeah, we're gonna do some cool team up shit, right? Nah, we're not. We're not gonna do anything that would be great or grand or spectacular. Like at the end of Kingdom Hearts 2, you got to fucking block. I forget his fucking name. Was it Zimna? Anywho, you get to block those lasers from Xemnas. You and Sora, Riku and Sora teaming up, doing some cool shit. He does that shit to Lee / Axel. He can't even. Like he's like insta, like KO. Like he could have just killed him then. It doesn't even fucking like. And this is just the bad stuff. This isn't just the this isn't even the ugly stuff. So when like the fighting's terrible. Let's take a step back for a moment. I already said that there aren't enough worlds. There's not enough content in those worlds either. So when I was playing the game, there's a secret area you can get to that you end up by a forge and you get a shield for Goofy. And I'm thinking, oh snap, the worlds have some exploration elements to them. Maybe if I go and check some stuff out, I will be able to, find some extra stuff, find some cool stuff, find some secret stuff. All those things that, hey, let's reward the player for looking so heavily into our game. That was a fucking lie. That doesn't happen. So, big treasure chest, worthless. The things that you find are usually going to be the map to the world, which is great, which is fine, totally cool. Why don't you just fucking start with that? Because that will be great. That'd be one thing less for you to fucking code for, because apparently you can't even fucking code enemies properly. Therefore, you should probably take all the time you need on coding. So just give us the fucking maps, because that would be awesome. No, we don't need chess for a map. Just start with the fucking map. It's not that hard of a concept. It's fine. Of all the fucked up things that are wrong with this game, the map not being there is fine. The map being there, but the map not being in a chest would be fucking fine. Oh yeah, we're past 40 minutes into this rant. So, there's no secondary story for these worlds. You finish them and there's no point in going back unless you're looking for lucky emblems or unless you're trying to get all the treasure that's in them, but the treasure doesn't fucking matter. It's like, oh yeah, you found a chain that increases your defense by 2. And maybe it reduces your elemental damage that you take. But it doesn't really seem like any of the enemies hit you with any elemental damage. And if they do, it doesn't fucking matter, because you could just use fucking cure and you're back up to fucking full health. So, or the fights don't last very long. So even if you did take damage, you can just fucking go to a save point and you will heal. So it doesn't really fucking matter. It's not like, oh, I didn't have enough defense, so I took a hit and then like my entire health bar dropped. That doesn't happen in the entire game. Well, I think there's like some abilities that can do that for you, but your defense stat isn't going to help you. Like you can decrease the amount of darkness damage that you take. Who the fuck does so much darkness damage that you actually need a stat for it? Nobody does. But there's no reason to fucking go back to them. Like you don't get a secondary story. You don't get to interact in a new way or anything. You don't get like something special from anybody that you talk to or meet. It's like one and done for the most part. One and done. Unless you're trying to literally complete everything, like side quest wise, there's no point in going back. Like so if you did, let's just say you did find all the lucky emblems in one spot, and you got all the treasure. There's no point in going back at all. So you fucked up. There's no reason as to why you can't do the movie and then do something extra. And speaking of being in the worlds, so in certain worlds you go and your characters change to fit in with that world, to fit more closely to what would be, normally there, which is fine, and it doesn't work the exact same way in every world, which makes sense. You don't turn into a monster in every single individual world because that wouldn't make sense. So why in the world, when you go to Frozen, do they not get fucking bigger jackets? Now, something can be said for Goofy. He wears like a fucking long sleeve turtleneck. That's whatever. He was probably fine. But there's literally a thing where Sora's like, it's fucking cold. Hey, Donald, can you give me a jacket? And Donald's like, yeah, it doesn't work that way. And I'm like, why the fuck does not magic work that way? That doesn't make any fucking sense. You can't make a jacket. You can make fucking meteors fall from the fucking sky, but you can't make a jacket. And why didn't they just get jackets? I mean, granted, it's a small gripe, but it doesn't make any fucking sense. It can change their molecular structure and they can become monsters or fucking toys. But a jacket, whoa, buddy. Cotton and leather is way beyond me. Cotton and leather and metal for zippers, nickel, copper, leather and nickel. Can't do it. So throughout different, chest. So every so often you see a big chest like, oh yeah, I found something cool, something special, right? Oh, nice, a high ether that I won't ever fucking use. Or look what I found. It's a mini game. Excuse me 1 second here. You put mini phone games in Kingdom Hearts 3. You put mini phone games into Kingdom Hearts 3. The fucking game of Kingdom Hearts 3 isn't fucking finished, but there's mini cell phone games in the fucking game that's not fucking finished. Who the fuck thought that was an okay idea? What did they say that, oh shit, we are really lacking on content? You know what the fuck we're going to do? We're going to put some mini games in the game for your phone that you have to find and collect, because that's what you should be looking fucking forward to, right? Playing the mini games instead of playing fucking Kingdom Hearts 3 that you've been waiting for like 13 fucking years, or at the very fucking least 6 years. That's what you should be but no, you're playing Kingdom Hearts 3 to play the fucking mini phone games. I don't understand how these fucking people sleep at night. Anywho, $60 fucking dollars. $60 fucking dollars, and I get more mini games than I do Keyblades. So, after the world, and even with the worlds, the fucking villains of those worlds don't fucking do anything. They don't do anything. Hades tries to take over Olympus for some fucking reason, and then we don't even fucking fight Hades. He kind of just goes wherever. We don't fight Cerberus, and then he literally just kind of fucks off. Like, that didn't work. Oh well. Randall from the Monsters universe. Don't fight him. He really kind of doesn't even do anything Like he just kind of shows up, says whatever fucking lines that they recorded, and then he kind of fucks off. There's no Zurg for the Toy Story. There's no Zurg. Like, I don't even see what the fuck Toy Story was even there for. Hey, what happened? We got separated from our friends. This may not even be the real world. Will we ever find out? Who fucking knows? Who fucking cares? Apparently not the people who made the game. They don't care. We're 50 minutes in, and I'm not seeing the care. I'm not seeing who fucking cares. Are any of them gonna come back? Are they ever gonna find out what the fuck happened? Not in Kingdom Hearts 3. Probably not in Kingdom Hearts 4. Or fucking whatever the fuck they decide to name the next game, because it'll probably be shit too. Like, this game is like so fucking stupid in how they execute things. Like, the fucking point of the story is like, the initial part of the story is like, Sora, you've lost your powers. You should go fuck off and do some stuff until you get your powers. The power of waking specifically. What the fuck is the power of waking? Being able to, apparently, the most I can get of it is being able to traverse and or track hearts. That's pretty much all it is. Nobody gives him a hint. Nobody says anything close to what it is or why it's needed or anything. Like, oh yeah, it helps you fight off the darkness. But apparently only for so long, because I would hope that Aqua has that, and she's been there and for a while. Still got taken over at some point. Mickey and Riku had extra shit to help them defend against darkness. Did it fucking help? Nope. Well, kinda. But it's literally, Sora, you go fuck off, do some stuff, and then eventually you'll become a Keyblade Master, hopefully. I still don't even know if he's a fucking Keyblade Master. And even if he was, what the fuck is being a Keyblade Master? Because apparently everybody's so fucking weak compared to Sora, and he's not a Keyblade Master, so why the fuck would anybody even need to be a Keyblade Master? Why the fuck are Kairi and Lee training off screen, by the way, to wield Keyblades when apparently they don't even play second fiddle to Sora? Like, Sora's clones, for when you're using the Ever After, play second fiddle to Sora. Everybody else is like fucking shit tier compared to Sora, because he's not even a Keyblade Master, and he's kicking everybody's ass. He's so above you, he doesn't even need your special help. You can keep your Y button to yourself. But like, the game's so fucking boring. It's stupid. It's stupidly boring. Like, I've already talked about how I've fallen asleep during a boss battle. Like, I had to skip some cutscenes because the dialogue was delivered so nonchalantly, and it's like, oh, hey, how you doing? Yeah. Oh yeah, hey Ven, haven't seen you in like fucking 10 years. This is a major plot point in the game because nobody fucking knew where you were and nobody could get to you because I hid you away so goddamn well. Here, it's apparently like 10 years since I've seen you. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? Oh, I'm all right. Yeah, I'm pretty good. I'm all right. I'm cool. How you like being in coma for 10 years? I was all right. Got next little stuff that doesn't make any fucking sense. It's been years and you couldn't record dialogue that sounded like people who were friends for years and went through this training together, gave a fuck about each other. I mean, Kingdom Hearts 2 on the PlayStation 2 was a fucking better game. There's so many times where characters are just saying each other's Sora, Riku, Sora, Riku, King Mickey. It's like, what the like, and like, are you going to actually say something of substance? No, I'm just going to say their name. Then we're going to pause, and then I'm going to say your name, and then we're gonna pause, and then somebody else is gonna say something. Maybe it's a name, maybe it's not, and then we're gonna pause. It's like the fucking cutscenes are like just like weirdly padded. It's like nobody has like a normal interaction. It's like, well, other than like the inner conversations between like Sora, Donner, or Goofy are fine. They've always been fine. I would expect that they work on them more so than everybody else. But the fucking cutscenes, the very pretty cutscenes, have shit dialogue. Like they tell you the story in a lot of parts, but sometimes it's just like, what the fuck is even going on here? This is so stupid. And then there's maybe 3 or 4 times where a cutscene happens. You have to do a thing or like fight somebody or whatever, and then they do that same cutscene over again. It may have a different ending, but a good majority of it is the exact same cutscene. There was one with like Aqua, I believe, and there was definitely one at the end where instead of you having like a beam battle, which yeah, they could have had a fucking beam battle in this game, and they didn't. Instead, this is what happens. Xehanort shoots a beam at you and it kills you, but then your teammates call out your name, Sora, and then you get up. I think you time travel backwards. So fucking boring. I didn't even give a shit. You time travel backwards. He shoots the beam at you, and then you block it, and then you shoot one back at him. Why can't we just have a fucking beam battle? A Keyblade beam battle? Why is that not? Why was that so fucking hard to code? Why is that so fucking hard? Like, who the fuck storyboards this shit out? Like, they need to shoot the storyboardist in the face. Why the fuck could we have why haven't we had a Keyblade beam battle? And if we have, excuse me for forgetting, but should have been one in Kingdom Hearts 3. Like, it's a mainline Kingdom Hearts game. Why the fuck are they like cheaping out? It's like they made a fucking DS game for console. This, like, we're almost an hour into this, and I still have stuff to go over. That's how fucking stupid this fucking game is. It doesn't make any fucking sense that I spent $60 of my money on this bullshit because I was literally waiting for this game. Everybody was waiting for this game, and this is fucking bullshit garbage. AP is there. That's kind of pointless because, like I said before, some of that shit doesn't even fucking work. This game is all flash and no substance. It's like, oh yeah, here's all these resistances. Here's all this, that, and the other. Oh, here's freeze resistance. How many times in the fucking game can you even get frozen? There's like 2. And one's at the very beginning of the game before you can get any of that shit. So, granted, there's one that like keeps you from. There's even an item that keeps you from sneezing. Yeah, there's only one boss. Oh, well, I should say there's one enemy in the entire fucking game that can make you sneeze, and that's kind of like a stun like effect. And it's entangled. It's in the Tangled Everveil, whatever the fuck it's called, whatever the Tangled universe is. Yeah, that's the ending boss. There can make you sneeze, but it's not something that's so bad that you can't fucking just power through it. So you put a whole fucking item in the game that prevents you from fucking sneezing, and there's only one fucking enemy in the entire game that I've seen being able to make you sneeze. And why would that be a fucking thing anyway? It's like they tried to pay attention to the wrong shit. It's like, hey, our fighting mechanics kind of suck dick, but let's make you sneeze. Yeah, let's put that in the game. Oh, so you get hit with a fire attack, your butt burns. So you gotta hop around for a little bit and pat yourself. But you can't. But your focus bar doesn't auto replenish. And those big focus bar attacks, yeah, you can't do those back to back to back. But you can cast fucking all your fucking magic back to back to back and get grand magic and fucking summon a fucking roller coaster and and a giant fucking robot and teacups and shit like that. Do all that shit. Hey, fuck it, summon Simba, like, or the spirit of Simba, summon him and Link and Wreck-It Ralph and fucking Ariel. Yeah, summon all that shit all day. Yeah, But link text, nah. Sneezing and mini games. That's what you're gonna get. Yep, it's time for the ugly. The ugly starts before the game even comes out. So, Don't Think Twice was released, and that was a fucking stupid decision. Granted, there's been a lot of fucking stupid decisions made, and in this section, I'm gonna be a little bit more pissed than you can probably tell I already was in the other sections here. But that song gets released, and it was a fucking stupid decision because that's an ending song. I mean, and I was fucking correct, like from day one, because that is the ending song for when you beat the game. And the reason why it's a stupid decision to release the ending song for the fucking game first is it doesn't get you fucking hype for the song. Now, granted, it could have been released, but yes, it shouldn't have been released first, because that's what I'm thinking. I knew it sounded like an ending song, but this is what they released first. So this is what I now associate with the game, which is a bunch of fucking stupid decisions. So Don't Think Twice gets released, and it's a fine song in its own right, although it is slightly off kilter for whatever. The song and her vocals are like off, like by like 0.2 seconds or something like that. It's just very slightly askew. And I don't know if that's a stylistic choice or yet another stupid fucking decision. But talking about more stupid fucking decisions, not long after that, we get Face My Fears. And I've known Sonny Moore for quite a while, back when he was with From First to Last. And then he became Skrillex, which is fine. More dandy, more power to him. It's all fine and dandy. But there's no fucking reason he needed to have anything to fucking do with a Kingdom Hearts song or Kingdom Hearts related media, period. Utada Hikaru can fucking sing. She can sing her ass off. There's a little hit and miss on some notes, whatever. That's whatever, it happens. But she's a fucking singer. That's her fucking career. She can fucking do this. She's made a good amount of albums. She's a singer. There's no fucking reason you need to put like gargly like effects on her vocals in Face My Fears. It makes the fucking song sound stupid. And then, now granted, if they wanted to do that song that way, and that was like a remix version, I'd be fine. It's no problem here. But here's the stupid fucking decisions along with the gargly vocals, is having Skrillex make the song go brick it over and over and over again, and that shit's grating on the ears, and it makes the song stupid as shit, because nothing in that game even remotely resembles like something like that. Maybe if Tron came back, some sort of like electronic, world or something like that was part of the game, that could kind of be a tie-in with that, something like that. We didn't get any fucking sea chanties. We didn't get any fucking pirate chanty versions of any fucking song. So, it's not like the fucking world's made a fucking difference. I mean, obviously. So why the fuck do we have Skrillex being involved with this? How come there's not like a straight like piano, maybe acoustic version of the song, and then like a more electronica sounding song? That's a thing. That's fine. No problem with that at all. But these are the official versions of these songs. Okay, and that's it. Also known as stupid fucking decisions. Because if there was an electronic version of that song made, I'm very fucking positive that there is a non-electronic version made first. Because you don't just start making, like, for this type of stuff, you don't just fucking start there You don't start at a 10. You work your way up there. Like Face My Fear, like lyrically, fucking beautiful. I don't want to fucking listen to the song because of how it sounds. And that's kind of the fucking point of music, to listen to it because of how it sounds. Because I can't, eat it. I can't sniff music or snort it. Although that's a different topic for another day. So that's where it starts. So I've already talked about bad AI. I've talked about all sorts of different things, but there's something that's just fucking missing from this game, and that's drive forms and dual wielding. Kingdom Hearts 2 was a PlayStation 2 game. That means we've gone past the PS3, the PSP. I think there was another portable that's in there that's escaping my mind at the moment, but PS4 now and the Xbox One, and this is where we are now. And there's no fucking dual wielding keyblades and no drive forms, which it doesn't make any fucking sense as to why they're not, considering they were a major part of the game. Like, there were 4 drive forms, if I'm not mistaken. 4 of them, and he just doesn't know how to do that anymore. No inkling to that anymore. Nothing even remotely close to that anymore. And I can understand that, say, hey, the keyblades kind of take the place of that, which is fine. But see, here's the bad part about that. See, if the keyblades were to take the part of that, wouldn't it make more sense that you could equip 5 keyblades at a time? Because you had 5 different drive forms at a time, if I'm not mistaken. Or 4. It could have been 4. I'm pretty sure it was 5. But maybe it was just 4. It was Mystic, and then Brawler, and then like Master and Ultimate. So yeah, 4. So wouldn't it make more sense if you be able to do 4 keyblades at a time? And then, but there's no real drawback or penalty, because if you used your drive forms too much or too soon, you reverted to like Heartless Sora, which, by the way, Heartless Sora was actually fucking fun. Heartless Sora was fucking fun to play because you fucking go crazy and you go nuts. And in that game, I didn't even mind you did reduced damage because the shit was so fucking fun. And this time, you can only do that by taking so much damage that it gives you the option to go into rage, quote unquote, form. And it doesn't replace it. They may have tried to get it to do it. It doesn't replace it because those drive forms changed how Sora played, especially when you got to like Masters and whatnot. But I would use it, but I wouldn't like rely on it. I liked Valor form. I think that's what it was called. The one that was the Brawler, the red. Like, you got 2 keyblades and you fucking went ham. I love that fucking red costume. That doesn't make sense, like how you don't really get any costume changes in this fucking game. And this is part of that's a different topic. But like, you get clothes like once in the game, and then like if you use like second form of the Keyblade, your outfit changes. But like, other than that, you're ass out if you're looking for like more customizability or some style changes or anything like that. Like, it's not fucking there, and there's no fucking reason that he can't have it, because if the Keyblades were tied to the people that was in Sora's heart, and that's why he had the ability to do a wield. It's like there were like fucking like 3 people in his heart. Like, there's fucking Ventus, and then there's also fucking Kyra was there at one point, but I guess she doesn't really matter because she learned to wield a Keyblade after that. But there's Ventus, and then there's Roxas, and I think somebody else that's escaping me at the moment. But if I'm not mistaken, he still retains like parts of them. He retains like some of their memories and stuff like that. And if you know Kingdom Hearts, you know that like, he doesn't have to be conscious of the fucking memories that he holds within him. He doesn't have to be conscious of the pieces of other people that he holds within him, because he didn't fucking know that he had these things in him that's one of the reasons that it made him so special, or apparently he was so fucking special that people fucking traveled into his heart to fucking seek refuge because he's such a fucking nice guy. He'll bake you an apple pie inside his heart, and so he doesn't even have to fucking know, and he gets to have these abilities and shit, and then he just oops, no keyblades, oops, all hearts. Like it doesn't make any sense. It's like they got so lazy on the code. It's like, we don't really want to code him to have 2 keyblades. I mean, like, he can have 1 keyblade at a time, and instead of having 2 keyblades out at a time, what we can do is we can just give him another keyblade that you can quick select. But no, you can't have 2 at the same time, which doesn't make any fucking sense, because if they didn't want him, if they didn't want you to stack like 2 keyblade powers to get like the form changes, like if you have one that changes into a yo-yo and the other one that changes into a shield, it's like, how exactly do we parse that out? Like, do you hold the shield and throw your yo-yo? Or stuff like that. It's like, you didn't have to fucking do that. I'm gonna give you the fucking answer to that question right fucking now. You know what happens if you have 2 fucking keyblades out at the same fucking time, or especially if you have say the fucking 3rd level to the fucking kingdom key, or one of the other keyblades that have like your 2nd form. You get enough experience points, or however the fuck they quantify those arrows, and then you go into 3rd form. You can go to 3rd form that allows you to hold that first keyblade that you had equipped and the 2nd keyblade that you had equipped, but they didn't fucking form change. You just had the 2 keyblades, and you can fucking go in. You can fucking go ham. You pull it out, like when you do the thing for it, you pull out your 2nd fucking keyblade and you go in. You mash that A button even better. That's how you do it. Or even if you just get the power by itself, it's like you just don't do the form changes at all, which is fine, because if I wanted to use only 1 keyblade and wanted to use a form change, I would just use that keyblade and that form change, because you only get to have 3. So and that would give another fucking reason to have the kingdom key, or the starlight, or the Twilight Moon, or whatever the fuck it was called, because they didn't fucking do anything other than do a form change, which is like 2nd form S or 2nd form U, or whatever the fuck it was called. Like 2nd form SUCK, because it fucking sucks. Boss battles are garbage. They're shit. They're boring. Earlier said I fell asleep on one. So like that like in the end of the game, you literally like fight organization member along with your friends. But along with that, there's like just up, like your teammates are there, but they don't fucking do anything. Yeah, they do some damage, but it's negligible to what the fuck you're doing. It's not like I can like fucking like shit. Hey Riku, hold him off for a little bit. Let me use this cure spell real quick, fam. It's like, nah, like, and as a matter of fact, I even saw some of them get knocked out. And so like I'm fighting a guy and they're just over there with fucking like stars above their head, and it's like, fucking, so it's not like you were helping me anyway. Like every so often I do see them actually doing some damage to them, but it's negligible to what I'm doing. It's like nobody fucking matters in this game except fucking Sora. The bad guys don't even fucking matter in this game. Especially when like fucking 5 of them are the same fucking person, which leads me to another fucking point is, if this motherfucker needs stuff to go so fucking well, why is he even allowing the ability for people to fucking be traitors to him? Like, he can possess people. He can put his essence from different timelines and shit inside of other people. Why not just either do that with replicas or just possess the other people so they can't fucking betray you? Like, he's had like fucking 5 people betray him just in this game. who fucking knows about the other ones? I don't even give a shit anymore. Like this game ruined the fucking series for me because it's supposed to be the ending to this certain saga. It's been like fucking 60, like damn. It's been like fucking damn near 20 years. It's been almost 20 fucking years since I think the first game came out, which is what, 2002. So it's been like 18 years in total. So it's closer to 20 years than it's not. And so like this 20-year saga ends with this piece of shit poorly made game. Very pretty piece of shit poorly made game. It's a really fucking shiny turd. It's a really shiny piece of shit. Now, if you're a dumb fucking you like playing pieces of shiny shit, that's your prerogative. I don't. I feel like I was fucking duped. I feel like this is not only a setup for the next game with the black box bullshit, because I'm thinking this game has way more than I'm like. We're gonna find out what's in the black box. You know that the joke that happened in the fucking Caribbean world was funny and all. But I think we're gonna find this black box and we're gonna fight Maleficent again, and we're gonna fight Pete again, and like this game should have, like, some people are saying like they beat the game in like 24 hours, like 24, 25 hours. My game time, I don't even know what it is because it says it's like 43. I didn't play the game for 43 hours. I fell asleep on the game for probably about 8 to 10 of those hours. I was knocked the fuck out because the fucking game bored me to death. So if you could knock the game out about 25 hours, it should have been around fucking 45 hours. I do think that all this time, like, I think that there's some shit that's cut out, and I'm not fucking buying fucking Kingdom Hearts 3.8 fucking final mix over 3. Like, no, I'm not doing that because that's bullshit. Like, you should put the fucking shit in the fucking game because that's what you fucking made. I don't want to fucking, oh yeah, here's Kingdom Hearts 3 3.8, and here's all the shit that should have been in 3 in 3.8. Then why the fuck did you just put that in 3? It's not like you were on some fucking time crunch. It took you fucking 13 fucking years to make the motherfucking game, and then it took you another fucking or at the very least it took you 6 years to make this one. At the very least it took you 6. So if you come out fucking like even in the next, if they do that shit in the next 3 years, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna start setting up petitions and I'm gonna do some very ugly things online because that doesn't make any fucking sense. $60 full release, and it's like you don't even actually fucking get story until you're like fucking 18 hours into the game. Everything else is kind of just you bullshitting around, getting stronger, getting hints and clues, getting bits and pieces. Here's a breadcrumb. Here's this, that, and the other. But you don't really actually get anything of some real substance until you're like more than 10 hours into the fucking game. Then on top of that, like going with the worst things, it's like you would think that, oh yeah, here's some exposition. Here's like I'm gonna get to go somewhere and I'm gonna get to meet. There's no fucking Final Fantasy characters in this goddamn game at all, and it pisses me the fuck off because they were integral. They were integral to Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2. The whole fucking thing started as a crossover between the universes, Disney and Square Enix. Weird, yeah, but it fucking worked. Like where the fuck did all these people go? They just fucking disappeared. Like they're not even mentioned. Sora doesn't even fucking wonder about them. He doesn't even mention them. And like he goes to fucking Winnie the Pooh. He's like, oh shit, Pooh. Like we're like, you know, we need some help. It's your boy Sora. Let's go do some shit. Let's go hang out. How come I'm not on this book? Is something going wrong? Is something happening here? Fucking no. Nothing was even happening. There was literally nothing wrong. Oh, Rabbit needed help fucking picking some shit out of the garden. That was fucking stupid. Now, granted, Winnie the Pooh wasn't always like the most story-driven part, but why the fuck is it even there? Like, of all the stuff that you can fucking do in this game, Winnie the Pooh stuff is still there. Like, we don't get any other worlds. We don't fucking get any. We don't go back to any of the other stuff. Like, we didn't like. We find like we Hollow Bastion turns back into Radiant Garden. We don't even get to fucking explore. There's nothing to do there. We don't fucking go back to Agrabah. We don't fucking go back to the Tarzan world. We don't fucking go back to the Pride Lands. Fucking Lion King Sora is like my favorite form of fucking Sora. I don't know why, but it is. We don't fucking get to go back there. Why? Are like fuck them? Like that's unreachable. We can do the entire fucking Frozen song. Let It Go. We can do the entire fucking licensed Let It Go song. Is that where all the fucking time and money went in this fucking game? Let it fucking go. We can get that whole entire song, but no more worlds. No more backtracking through the worlds for like a secondary story. Or fucking even a tertiary story. Like the shit that happens on those worlds doesn't even affect the storyline of Kingdom Hearts. Those people are there. They're doing stuff. They're fucking with those people that are there. Has nothing to do with the actual storyline. We're performing experiments on what happens when the heart does this and what happens da, 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 da. Like bitch, like we're here in the final chapter of this saga, and you're still performing experiments on what happens when you introduce somebody to despair? How the fuck does that make any sense? Like, you already know the answer to these questions. It's like, hey, what happens if a person's heart gets removed from them? Well, it creates a heartless and a nobody. It's that fucking simple. What happens when you introduce a person to despair? They feel sad, and it allows darkness to take them over sometimes. What happens if the toys have hearts? Yeah, you give fucking hearts to inanimate objects all the fucking time, and they become like real or semi-real. Like that was the whole fucking thing about the replicas. Here are artificial people, or even with I think it was even with the nobodies. You give the nobodies hearts, they become real people. That's how you get back to being your somebody. You're a heart. You combine your heartless. Well, I guess get rid of your heartless and your nobody, and becoming somebody again. This is fucking bullshit stupid. There is no fucking Colosseum at all. You go to fucking Olympus, you meet Hercules again. That's the beginning of the fucking game. You fight Titans. No Colosseum. I mean, granted, would you really want a fucking Colosseum if the fucking fighting mechanics are this fucking fucking easy and terrible? I really wouldn't, but it's not even there. You do get the option to fight some sort of battle arena thing, but it's really just like fight trash mobs until this bullshit secret boss shows up, which probably has no bearing on any fucking thing story related. So it's just like, yeah, we're not gonna put Colosseum in. So here's some little bullshit that if you don't examine the right little just randomly floating orb, you don't even fucking know it's there. If you don't examine it and don't see what the fuck it is, you just kind of miss out on it because it's near the end of the game and there's no reason for it to be there. It's nowhere near Olympus. So that's how fucking not a part of it of this fucking game that it was. It was like, yeah, we're gonna throw it somewhere near the fucking end. If they see it and go to it, they go to it. If they don't, they don't. Because it doesn't fucking matter. Like, granted, yeah, you can get them levels up, but your levels and shit doesn't really matter. You're probably going to end up at least being level 30 just by playing the game, and that's fucking good enough because it's not like it's fucking difficult. Like the only time that this game gets difficult, quote unquote, or even requires like another brain cell to operate is when you're fighting multiple organization members at the same time, but they don't like coordinate attacks really. Like I think Marluxia and Vexen. No, that's not Vexen. Whatever that girl one is, that annoying fucking girl. And Marluxia, they kind of coordinate attacks, but it's not like a special thing that requires like special action. They kind of just like start flying around the screen at the same fucking time, and you can't do anything to stop them. If you can call that a special attack, a special coordinated attack. But it's like, hey, you literally have to fight like 3 different AIs all at the same time going on while your characters are acting like fucking ridiculous idiots. And I'm pretty sure you can guess what that means for the gameplay. Yeah, it suffers because you'll start attacking somebody, and then this other fucking person's just flying around the screen shooting stuff at you. And you can think, oh, okay, well, if I go and take out that person first, then they won't be able to fly around the screen and shoot at me. Okay, I'm attacking that person, and then the other people start flying around the screen and shooting or hitting, either hitting you or shooting stuff at you. Which is fucking stupid because these people have been in these groups for this long, and they have the same goal, but they're not going to team attack you in the normal fucking way you would expect a game to be ending, having a climactic ending. You would expect them to like fucking like, yeah, we're going to put our power, with our powers combined, we shall destroy you, Sora. Or something, or then again, maybe they're not even fucking trying, because at the same fucking time that these people are fighting or whatever, like he's getting the Keyblades that he needs to create the Chi Blade, which is also another fucking stupid ass name to call something, because everybody is a Keyblade master or he wields a Keyblade, but nah, it's the Keyblade that he's looking for. But they spell it X-Blade, or this weird like key symbol. It's so fucking convoluted and stupid. Another stupid fucking decision, because there's no fucking reason they shouldn't just call it the X-Blade. There's no reason they shouldn't just call it the X-Blade. Something better than the Keyblade. I would even accept Chi Blade, because at least that makes it like Ch and K sound different. So it would at least make that part a little bit more fucking understandable. Nah, they don't give a fuck. So all this fighting they're doing is literally helping the person that they're trying to defeat get what he wants. And they just continuously do it. And it's fucking weird and stupid. He even shows us like, yeah, I almost got them all. Fight some more so I can get the other one. Or I think he did have them all. He just had to pull the other one out of his ass. So another thing about this fucking game that's fucking a stupid fucking decision is, so they've got Kairi once again to be fucking useless. Kairi is the Sakura of this series. Fucking Sakura from Naruto is more useful than Kairi, because Jesus Christ, Sakura does something eventually. God damn it. I didn't give a fuck about Kairi initially because I didn't think she was like really all that important. She didn't have a Keyblade. She didn't necessarily seem like the type that wanted to fight in a battle, which is fine. She was just like a girl. She was there. Sora's love interest of sorts. That's whatever. Oh, it turns out she was like this Princess of Light or Princess of Heart or whatever the fuck you want to call her. Basically, a useless bitch that had some sort of unlockable power that everybody else needed to protect. Fine. But Jesus Christ, so she starts training and literally does fucking nothing when it actually comes time to fuck. And I think, in a matter of fact, I think did Kyrie? I think Kyrie and Lee became Keyblade masters. I mean, like, it doesn't even make any fucking sense as to what the fuck a Keyblade master or what it means to wield a Keyblade, because a lot of people who wield Keyblades are pretty fucking shitty and weak compared to Sora, who technically wasn't even like the first choice for the Kingdom Key, which was Riku, but he's like drastically weaker than Sora. I mean, at least when the fucking plot calls for it. Because you fight Replica, he has all sorts of fucking abilities and shit like that's like miles ahead above Sora. Then you actually fucking get Riku. It's like, I don't know about all that, fam. I look cool. That's all I got. But fucking Kyrie is not playable. You don't even fucking get to see their fucking training. You don't get to participate in their training. You just get some cutscenes like, Axel, you cry. You don't have to apologize. But you always wear the same thing. That doesn't make any fucking sense. Why would I give a fuck about what he wears? Like, it's obvious that he fucking keeps that shit on because, one, it's iconic at this point. Two, he does it because it helps him remember the shit with fucking not Ventus, what's this fucking Roxas. Like, remember the time that he was in an organization with Roxas. It's basically his jacket is his fucking security blanket. And he doesn't fucking take it off, and he doesn't fucking change until Roxas is back. Like, she does literally nothing. You see her like dance around in a fucking in a battle, and then she gets snatched up, and then she gets murdered or separated from her heart or whatever the fuck happened to her, because it looked like she broke into like pieces of glass. Because that makes fucking sense. She got fucking one shot. She couldn't even fucking get away. Like, somebody, like, she's trained with a fucking Keyblade for who knows how long, and then somebody goes and grabs her arm and she can't do fucking anything. That's fucking terrible. With the Keyblade still in hand. Her Keyblade was in her fucking hand. And she just got snatched up. Didn't do anything at all. Didn't even try. Great storytelling. Love that conflict. That non-conflict conflict. So probably my biggest gripe. I mean, granted, yeah, cutscenes are boring as shit. Battles don't fucking work. There's not enough worlds. The shit's all flash and no fucking substance. This game is about as deep as a fucking puddle. There's fucking bullshit mini games that I will never play. Maybe one or two of them if they have achievements. I don't even want to play the game because I feel like I've been grifted. I feel like they are just some fucking shysters that was like, we can put this game out, put Kingdom Hearts 3 on it, not really give much of a fuck about it, and Disney can make some money. Maybe we can sell some more Frozen toys. Maybe we can sell some more Tangled toys. Like, I would even understand if they did, like, if they were just doing all the newer movies. Like, there's some Moana. I wouldn't mind a fucking Moana thing. That could have been another. You could have been follow that story along. That's whatever. I wouldn't mind another fucking Water World. That's or maybe, hey, here's the fucking thing. Maybe have some of those fucking worlds meet. Maybe fucking Jack Sparrow and Moana meet. Any fucking thing is better than fucking what we got. But anywho, my biggest gripe is the fucking cooking. Who the fuck asked for this? Who the fuck could go through any of the fucking Kingdom Hearts games and be like, you know what this game needs? a cooking mechanic. Not only just a cooking mechanic, a fucking active cooking mechanic. I don't know if they got this shit from Final Fantasy 15. Because in Final Fantasy 15, you can find ingredients, you can learn meals, and you can prep meals, and they give you stat bonuses. But that's Final Fantasy 15. In Kingdom Hearts, that shit doesn't fucking matter. I think you very rarely even see a character references or even talks about food in this fucking series, not game, series. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, we have a bistro run by a rat. Excuse me, we have a bistro run by a rat that's really good at cooking food in a game that doesn't really mention or give a fuck about food. I mean, yeah, you have like your Paopu fruits and stuff like that, but nobody made any fucking Paopu pie. I don't think anybody gave a fuck about eating in that show. Well, not show, but fucking game. Like, and then it's like fucking act like separate the eggs. We have to separate our own fucking eggs. And guess what? I never cooked a meal. Period. You don't have to, because the fucking game is easy and there's no fucking stat boosts that fucking matter at all. At fucking all. There's nothing that matters concerning your fucking cooking that's going to change the outcome of this fucking game at all. It's like, oh damn, I would have beat Xemnas, but I didn't eat my fucking sorbet. I wish I could. I should have ate that fish dish and I would have fucking won. No, that's not how this works. They spent all this fucking time putting all this bullshit into this fucking game and then charging you for this bullshit and these stupid fucking decisions, and then all to set up the next fucking game in the fucking series. Is Nakamura smoking crack? I want to know. We're an hour and a half into this fucking video, and I want to know if he smokes crack recreationally on the weekend, because this seems fucking stupid. Maybe it's coke. Maybe he's coked up. He has to be real coked up to think that this is fucking okay. Let's put a cooking mechanic in the game. It'll give you stat boosts. The fucking stats don't really fucking matter, because I'm pretty sure with the right timing and all, you can beat the fucking game at level 1, which I'm pretty sure there's probably going to be some fucking people who actually attempt that. Will it be harder? Yeah, sure. Will you probably have to use items more, this, that, and the other? Yeah, sure, but you can fucking do it. It's not a big problem. It's not like, oh man, yeah, I should probably eat these fucking ice combs or whatever the fuck you can make it. I don't even know all the fucking recipes, because it's a fucking stupid motherfucking mechanic that shouldn't have been in this fucking game. You don't fucking get to share a meal and hang out with your buddies out in the open because you're fucking camping. No, it's a fucking bullshit mechanic for something that doesn't even make any sense. Like, okay, you found this fucking rat. He can make fucking good shit to eat, and what? How does this help my heartless problem? How does this help me deal with the nobodies? How does this fucking help me find my 7th guardian of light? How does this fucking help anything? Like, nah, hold on, wait. I know we need to find Aqua, but have you tried this cake though, fam? Have you tried this cake, King Mickey? Like, of all the shit that could have been added into this game, like, there's no fucking Sephiroth fight. And that's the one thing that really pisses me off. 2 games, Sephiroth fights. 2 games, fucking Final Fantasy. Well, I'm talking about the main lines, like Final Fantasy characters, all in that bitch. They're part of the story. You can you don't have anybody that you can fucking substitute out Donald and Goofy for. You have people join you, and yeah, and it was pretty cool to have like 5-6 people running around in my party at the same time. That's fine. But why can't I just like, hey, Sully, you want to come hang out with me for a little bit? Come on, I'll take you over to Frozen. It's not like they fucking mattered anyway. Fucking Sorodon and Goofy were kind of just like there. They didn't fucking really do anything. They very rarely acted out like had anything to do with the story. Like they didn't change the story. It's not like if you replace fucking Sora, Donald and Goofy with not Sora, but if you replace Donald and Goofy with like Sora and Jack Sparrow, what the fuck changes in the thing? Like Jack Sparrow could have been like, as much as Donald could have been like, everything looks like Olaf. Savvy? Because it doesn't fucking matter. It makes no fucking sense why I couldn't fucking have Will as the new captain of the Flying Dutchman travel around with me for a little bit. Like, so many characters don't even fucking have dialogue directed at each other. Or even if they do, it's fucking this bland bullshit. It's like, I think that there's a problem here. Really? I think so too. Like, that's like the fucking dialogue is garbage. The fucking fighting games are fighting mechanics are garbage. The mini games are garbage. The fucking game is garbage. It's a bullshit game full of stupid motherfucking decisions. And this fucking game, I wish it was never made. I wish we were still waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3 to be made, because all the fan speculation and what world's going to be in it, and how what are you going to be able to do, and who's going to show up, and how are these people going to interact with each other, and how's this storyline going to end? And it's not even the end of the story, but like the end of this particular chapter of the story, and like all that shit is better than what we fucking got. And that's fucking sad, because it's been like fucking 13 years they've had to think about it. Or longer, considering, well, if they knew that they were going to make a 2 and started production on a 2, they probably knew they were going to have to make a game after that. Which they did. They made a bunch of fucking games after 2. Not all of them are the same fucking degree of quality, but at the same time, they made them. And they had to have stories. Or contribute to the greater whole of the story. Also, you shouldn't fucking make mobile games a part of your canon, because that's fucking stupid. Another stupid fucking decision. But like all these fucking stupid ass mechanics, all these fucking this unnecessary polish and these weird fucking places, and no Final Fantasy characters just gone, not a mention. One secret boss. Are you fucking serious? Like even in the Coliseum, no Coliseum. Like the Kingdom Hearts 2, if I'm not mistaken, had like fucking 4 or 5 secret bosses. You had the Clock Tower guy, you had the Sand guy, you had Sephiroth. I think you had maybe one or two others that I can't remember right now. Like, and this one you get one that's kind of just like there and bullshit, not even tough. Like you can get an ultimate weapon in this game, and there's no reason for it, because you just kill anything. You can pretty much kill anything in this game from the start, and then if you level up, you definitely can kill anything. And then, so what the fuck would you even use the ultimate weapon on? And I don't even want to fucking hear about DLC, because that doesn't make any fucking sense that we have to wait 13 fucking years for DLC, or 5-6 fucking years for DLC. Put it in the fucking game. It's not like you haven't pushed the game back and 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 showed a fucking trailer, showed some fucking concept art and pushed the game back. And it's been fucking how many years? And then the game gets made. It's a fucking piece of shit. And then it's like, hey, we got some DLC for the secret ending, for the ending, because we don't want people to spoil the ending, blah, 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 blah. This ending was fucking stupid garbage. This fucking guy, Xehanort, has been fucking time traveling back and forth through fucking time, collecting different hymns to create an organization of darkness so they can fucking unleash Kingdom Hearts or unlock it or fucking do whatever the fuck he wants to with Kingdom Hearts. And then it all comes to a fucking head. And then like he finally gets Kingdom Hearts, gets beaten. By the way, those the fucking battles between Sora and him are fucking terrible. God awful. God awful. It's like, here's this person that's just gonna fucking teleport. Like even before then, here's this person that's gonna fucking teleport around or do attacks, so you had to just sit there and spam block because there's no way to interrupt him. And if you try to fucking float and glide away, he just comes out from the side of the screen and slams into you. Over and over and over again. So you just gotta sit there and spam the button, spam the block button until he just decides to stop attacking you. Yeah, great strategy. Sit there and block until the person just stops attacking. Great AI. Great coding. A1 boss battle. 5 stars. Suck a dick. So when you do finally fucking beat him, the spirit of Eriquus comes out and fucking like, hey friend, it's time to stop. It's time to go. It's time to stop. You gotta stop it. No more. It's like, excuse me. If that little piece of Eriquus was in Terra, why didn't it fucking stop him from possessing Terra? And why didn't it, and even if he couldn't stop it, why'd he let it happen, like, continuously for so long? And then why the fuck would you show up now after fucking God King Emperor Sora beat him? Now you show up like, hey fam, it's time to stop. And then he like takes him and turns him into a heart and they float away? What type of bullshit is that for an ending? That doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, what the fuck even is Xehanort then if he could just turn into a heart and fly away? Like if he could have just went into Kingdom Hearts and then turned himself back, because apparently he could fucking travel through time without a body. And he couldn't just like do that and then just go into Kingdom Hearts. But oh, so this was what this is. Okay, I'm going by. Like, there's no fucking reason Sora couldn't have taken his fucking Keyblade and beat that old bastard amongst the face and neck and kill him. He should be fucking dead. Like, bleeding on the ground, eyes gouged out, dead. Like, the way that they explain this story is hundreds, if not thousands, of people who use Keyblades dead. In Kingdom Hearts, because of him and his fucking trying to get Keyblades, his Keyblade War, trying to get that shit started. All the shit the organization members did. Like lots of people dead. This game is so fucking bullshit and childish. It's 2019, and this game is like it's like preschoolers in temperament. Like, this is a fucking G13 game. G7? G13? However the fuck the rating system is. It's like for a fucking child. Like, there's no blood, there's no gore, there's no, like, I mean, it doesn't necessarily need to have blood and gore, but like the other games, like Tonality, like, it was much more mature than this. They've gotten older and gotten blander. Which doesn't make any motherfucking sense at all. Almost a minute and 50 into this, and I'm still trying to wrap my head around, like, how do you make this giant piece of shit and then put it out and then expect people to like it? Like, even if the fighting mechanics have some misgivings. I have some misgivings about the fighting mechanics. Where are the Final Fantasy characters? Where are the other worlds? Where's the Coliseum? Where are more boss battles? Like, beside these random bullshit Heartless people, that's like Heartless boss battles that are kind of dumb and they kind of like just don't really do much. It's like, oh, here's a bullshit attack that's just gonna take damage away from you. You have no way of telling that I'm about to attack you right now, but here's some bullshit. Okay, you pressed A enough, you win. You pressed A enough and didn't die, so you win. That's how the fighting mechanics work. But even if that could be forgiven, there's no forgiving just bullshit, shitty story. We finally saved this person. We finally saved that person. We finally get the band back together, guys. We get the band back together. We have Kyrie. We have Lee. We have King Mickey. How do these people interact with each other? Like they don't even fucking know each other. What about these battles between all the Xehanorts and all these other people? I was just doing it because it was like, what else was I going to do? Like I don't even like Xehanort, but I'm gonna do what he wants me to do because reasons. That doesn't make any fucking sense. Like I don't understand how the fuck you have so long to think about this game and so long to plan stuff out and so long to have things coded and recoded and redone and checked over and revisited and you come up with this pile of shit with a cooking mechanic, an active fucking cooking mechanic that you don't need, that literally does you no good at all, because you can just go somewhere, press A enough, and or X, and you get some shit that will kill everybody. Or you can just spam your magic, and that will kill people, and then you get bigger magic that will kill more people, and then that will get you a fucking theme park attraction ride that will kill more people. On my thing says I literally cook no food because you don't need it. It's fucking stupid. It's a waste of time. It's like all these fucking ingredients, like they put all sorts of fucking food and ingredients in this fucking game, but no keyblades. It's like fucking 8 keyblades. Not maybe 9 keyblades in the game? Not including the Ultima weapon? What kind of bullshit is that? Like they can reuse some of the names for Donald and Goofy's weapons, but where's the Oblivion and Oathkeeper? Or at the very fucking least, like it'd be great if you beat the game. Hey, you can use the Chi Blade, the Key Blade, the X Blade, whatever the fuck that's called, or something that's like derivative of it. It looks like it, but it's not it. That would be great. That's thinking. I'm in the fucking year 3000. This is a piece of shit, and you shouldn't buy it. I'm gonna put that in the beginning of the thing. I'm gonna go and record a beginning to this and say you shouldn't fucking buy this game, and you shouldn't fucking buy any more Kingdom Hearts game. You shouldn't buy any more Square Enix games. I'm gonna go that far because Square Enix has been fucking up for a while. They're mismanaging stuff. They're mismanaging people. They definitely don't give a fuck about their games, really. Like, I will never buy another fucking Kingdom Hearts game because they don't know. Nakamura doesn't know how to fucking tell a story. He doesn't fucking understand how to fucking make a game enjoyable anymore, because a lot of people could enjoy some of those other Kingdom Hearts games, Dream Drop Distance, 358 Days Over 2, some of the other ones. But the mainline story games, 1, 2, 3, that's supposed to be your meat. That's your meat. Everything else is your bread and your butter. This is your meat. This is fucking stupid. This is a bunch of stupid fucking decisions wrapped in a bunch of stupid fucking decisions, packed with more stupid fucking decisions, and then sold to the people who fell for those stupid fucking decisions, because other people who aren't like the reviewers and stuff that aren't as like we all know that fucking reviewers are just shit at games or they don't understand stuff, and so they're just like, oh yeah, it's pretty okay. Because I saw that shit before I bought the game. Oh yeah, it's pretty okay. Oh, here's an 86. This game is fucking terrible. It's boring and it's terrible. Like if I had to give it like on a rating score for like 1 to 100, it's like 30. And I guess that equates it to like a 3 out of 10. Yeah, sure. I'll give Kingdom fucking Hearts 3 a 3 out of 10. 3. That's all you get. Kingdom Hearts 3 is a 3. It lives up to its namesake. Kingdom Hearts 3 fucks over 3. HD. Because it's a really pretty game. It's a really pretty pile of shit. With a fucking cooking mechanic in it that it doesn't need at all. And that you won't need at all. Sneeze protection for one enemy in the game that can make you sneeze. That you will never fight after you fight it already. They actually put a fucking sneeze protection for one enemy, but no fucking Final Fantasy characters at all. They aren't mentioned. They aren't even remembered. They aren't brought up. Nobody gives a fuck about them. There's no fucking reason why some of those Final Fantasy people couldn't have Keyblades. Could you imagine fucking Squall with a fucking Keyblade gun sword? That'd have been fucking awesome. Cloud comes back with his fucking version of a Keyblade version of his Buster Sword. Fucking be better and do more than fucking Kyrie and Lee. What the fuck did they do? Get their ass whooped? Yeah, we're training. Gets into a fight. Instantly gets their ass whooped. What the fuck did the organization members do? We don't see them training. They kind of just have powers of darkness. Therefore, they're strong. Do we see them train? Do we see them do anything besides like walk around in their fucking cloaks, talk some shit at Sora, and leave? And then they show up again, talk some more shit, and leave? Like, how the fuck do you get strong? Like, what the fuck is the power of light? Is the power of light literally just friendship and believe? If you believe hard enough in Sora, he will press A and win for you. Fuck this game. Don't buy any more fucking Kingdom Hearts games, period. Because I don't see how they're going to get better. Kingdom Hearts 2 was like the pinnacle of the series, and it's been shit downhill from then. I don't see how they're going to get better. They had time. They had the time. They had the funding. They released a fucking mobile game. They're actively updating a mobile game. But this is bullshit. If you did watch this video, thank you. I'm pretty sure that I hit some notes that you may not agree with, and that's okay. But the one thing that I want you to leave this video with is fuck Kingdom Hearts. Never buy another fucking Nakamura game, period. Never buy another Kingdom Hearts game. You can still buy Square Enix games, but I probably won't ever, because they've dropped the ball too many times on multiple different things, and I definitely won't buy another Kingdom Hearts game, period, ever. I don't care I don't even care. Like, if they bring out a fucking Kingdom Hearts game that has all the stuff that makes the game right, makes the game right, I don't care, because you shouldn't have done it then. You should have done it now. It shouldn't I shouldn't have to fucking get Kingdom Hearts 3.8 Final Mix HD over 4 to fucking get a decent game. Because if they do that, they're going to make you pay at least $30 to $60 for it, when you already bought Kingdom Hearts 3 with a bunch of bullshit missing out of it. With a bunch of bullshit. They took out the good shit to add in bad shit. And then they sold you that, so they could put the good shit back into it, and then say you that again. No, fuck you, bye. I hope he gets fucking beheaded, so we don't have to deal with this bullshit anymore. I'm out.